come to the seminar?
I think the youngest should be around about 13, 14. I've taught as young as 6.5, but I generally find that the younger the child, the harder it is for the attention span. It's a lot of study, and I'd much rather that the child comes when they really say, I want this, you know, not just when the parents want it, the child. The oldest was 93. So if you're somewhere in that region, you should be fine. I probably would say 50% of the people have never had their hands on an instrument before. 25, 30% perhaps have started at some point and given up out of frustration. And probably something around about 20% of people come from a more semi-professional, professional field, even music teachers, music professors. In terms of the type of person, it's really just somebody who wants desperately to communicate in the subject. I want to say something about this, because when you think about the motivation, when somebody first says, I want to learn music, it's the appeal of the language, of wanting to pick up your guitar and strum a few chords, or sit down at the clavier and play a few Beatles songs. A perfect example that comes from many seminars I deliver. Somebody will say, I'm only doing this for my own pleasure, so I can play at home. And the first thing I say is, well, while that's quite okay, you know, learning a language just to speak it to yourself. I mean, if I said to you, I'm going to learn Spanish, you say, oh, you're going to Spain? No. You're going to like one of those South American countries then? No. Oh, well, you got a Spanish girlfriend? No. Oh. You read a lot of Spanish books, films? Not really. You like Spanish food? No, don't like. You'd say to somebody, well, why are you learning Spanish? Oh, well, I like to go home every night, sit in my chair, talk Spanish to myself for 3 hours. I mean, what do you call somebody who does that, right? So why is it that people think that doing that with a language like Spanish or Russian or English or whatever it might be is strange, but doing it with music is not? I don't see a difference. I believe that if you get a person to a point where they are comfortable communicating, no matter how simple what they're communicating is. I mean, I'll give you an example of this. When I have a very young child, you say to the child, think of something you love. And the child says, oh, I love my cat. You say, oh, okay, good. How would you show your cat that you love them? Oh, I stroke my cat. I said, oh, good. Show me stroking your cat on the clavier. And the child will go to the clavier, to the piano, and stroke across the keys. Now that's the first thing the child's doing there is communicating. It doesn't require technical ability. And I think this is a very fundamental mistake made in teaching, which is, first you have to study the theory for 20 years, then you'll learn to communicate. You don't learn any other language that way, why should you learn music that way?